not a morning person either. He's still 10 or 11.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. She wants to call.
Right over top of it. Oh!
Yeah.
You want to show him how you catch? Come here. Come here. You ready? Okay. Okay, now sit. Okay, good girl. Good girl, you ready? Oh, missed. We missed. Want to do it again? Want to do it again? Huh? Okay, turn around. Okay, sit. Oh, we're going to lay down to do it. Good. You ready? No. Sit. Maggie. Okay, you ready?
Gotten out of my brother's double bed, and she was old enough to be in a double bed, crawled up on his dresser to explore in the dark, and knocked. Didn't cut her lip, nothing. Knocked her front tooth out, baby. So for years, my daughter...
Hey. That's me.
Get the bunny for Maggie.
Did
and they were looking through it.
Oh,
we have
right.
a beagle named Chuck, who, Chuck, we love Chuck, and all the little names.
All the stories.
Yeah, and Cheryl made me for my birthday. Where's Maggie's ears? Where's Maggie's floppy ears right there?
Hey, Maggie! Oh, get her down. Oh, my God. Hi,
It's Maggie's tail.
Where is
He
it?
knows he's on camera.
Yeah, he does.
Give Maggie a big hug.
Give her a hug.
Big hug.
Maggie.
Hug
Give her a
Maggie's
hug?
neck. Oh, you can lay down right by her. Lay your head on Maggie.
That's what he was doing last night, was laying down Maggie.
Lay your head on Maggie's tummy.
You're all hoping he's going to sleep,
Yeah,
you know? I'm
no,
like, okay,
no.
lay down. He's doing pretty well for us.
Oh, good step.
Not at all.
Real good. Oh. And it's a good thing.
I thought, what's she gonna do? Take this mouth shut?
See, do I have it here? I don't think I brought any with me.
No.
Over here. You're getting too wild. I don't want to get. Okay. Here, kick your feet. Kick your feet. Kick your feet.
That's why they had the
You get water in your ears?
Oh, that's what we Somebody had to take charge.
All right, here, let's see this. Go up. Let's blow bubbles. Tell Mom where we are. Where are we? Are we in the pool? Can you say pool? Huh? Let's do this. Here. Come here. So he wants in the pool. Come on. What do you want to do? Huh? You want in the pool? Okay, you ready? Whoa! Kick your feet, kick your feet. We were underwater. One of us was. Let's go get Mom. We get Mom. Okay. Ready? Okay, wait, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Okay, ready? I spit right in your face, didn't I? Okay. Oh. Uh-huh. Right in your face, right in your face. Oh. Right face. Ready? Yeah. Let's do it again. One more time. Ready? You didn't blow it. Yeah, got it in your face. Okay, now we're gonna swim. Ready? Move your arms. Okay, both arms. There you go. Okay, you ready? Ready? Move your arms. Move your arms. Move your arms. over to Mom's. Okay, watch this. Okay, Philip, watch this. Okay, watch this. Ready? Where's an airplane? Where's an airplane? Did you hear one? Did you hear an airplane? So did I. Okay. Okay, Philip, watch. We're gonna practice. Ready? You want to do that? No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Philip, where are we? McDonald's. Say hi, Philip. Can you count again? Looks like we're going to be stopping now.
They let a lot of cars come this way. Forward.
Philip, do you like the wind blowing in your face? This is more of Glenwood Canyon as we follow the Colorado River. I think we passed all the construction. We were lucky enough not to take the half-an-hour waits that they predicted. Now we're in Grand Junction, Colorado. And we're going to go into Dinosaur Valley, see how Philip likes that. Philip's waving goodbye to the dinosaurs. These models are about 1/2 life size. I think it's the sound that's scaring Philip more than anything else. skeletons are life size. Say goodbye to the dinosaur.
Now have
Say goodbye. Bye-bye, dinosaur. just crossed the border into Utah. This is facing north. We're turning east, looking back into Colorado. There's our interstate. This is due east. And we're going to be going south and southwest. We're following the Colorado River south of the interstate. Melanie's driving. Pretty fast for this road. While Philip sleeps in the back, we'll take a break. The river's just on the other side of these trees, below these high cliffs. Here's more of the Colorado River. Melanie's just about ready to take off. So a little ways farther down the valley, we could see these rock formations. Probably hear a car running right behind me. And I could hear some thunder off in the distance too.
hope the camera can pick this up, but this is rain falling on just an isolated little area. Back across the landscape we just looked at. I'm up on top of a hill. It's pretty windy up here. Although we didn't see any signs to say so, I think this is the Fisher Towers area seen on our map. This is looking back the way we came. There's the highway. A white spot down there is our car. Back towards our rain. Facing directly west here. Rain starting to make the rocks look wet. We're in Arches National Park now, and we're going to head down to the windows section. Do some hiking down there. And this is a balanced rock. This is more of the landscape on the way to the windows section. Some of this looking right into the sun. This is the windows section. We're going to head up to probably this arch first. I think this is the north window. I'll zoom in and you can see those little people. We're actually normal-sized people looking little under the big arch. It's breezy and almost cool up here, which isn't too bad. Afternoon temperatures might be 100 degrees. There's Double Arch. We'll hike over to that in just a little bit. Here's a north window again from the other side. The last shots I was standing right underneath it. This is back to the same big rock wall that the north window is in. And this, I assume, is the south window. Philip was being a little obnoxious. So we sent Philip and Melanie over to Turret Arch. And besides, climbing was a little too hard coming through the north window, so it was a good idea. I climbed up here to the south window, thinking I could get through, and there's just a steep drop off on the other side. So I had to come back down. And I'm assuming I can just go right around this way and meet up with them. We'll see. This is looking the other way now. Here's the corner I came around. Here's the south window and the drop off I couldn't climb down. This is Turret Arch. Melanie must be over there somewhere. There they are. Philip won't wave to me. And they're right below Turret Arch. Swing around into the sun for another view of the north window behind a tree and the south window. LaSalle Mountains in the background. Hard to get a sense of how big these are. There's another good shot of the entire windows section. There's the rest of the family. They're heading back to the car. One more time from the other side. It's nice and cool standing here in the shade. Next we'll drive to the other side of the loop road and probably hike up to Double Arch, which is right here. From different angles, everything looks different. This is actually Turret Arch. A little peek hole there is the north window. There's Double Arch from a little closer. And there's Melanie and Philip way down in the lower right hand corner. I can hear Philip's echo real well.
Looking at one of the arches, at the Double Arch. Gonna find Philip and Tom in a minute. Oh, there they are.
And now the view from inside Double Arch. Time to catch up with Melanie and Philip. This was at one time a cattle ranch. Hard to believe out here. We're just getting started on our hike to Delicate Arch. First thing we do is cross the salt wash on this rickety bridge. Melanie's going to test it out and go first. Here's a view from the trail, not too far into it yet. That might be the north or south window that we were at earlier. Right direction, anyway. It's hot and dry, just like they predicted. A few clouds, but not very many. Here's another shot from the trail side. Here's some of the trail back behind us. Starting to feel pretty hot now. There's our trail. There's really no shade at all. Some of the cliff sides next to us. The trail's designed so that you don't see Delicate Arch till you're almost right on it. I'm kind of hoping it's up over top of this. Awful lot of other people heading up there today. There is a pool of water here. I assume that's from the rains last night. I also assume it's going to dry up in a hurry. This is pretty steep, but it's kind of neat. There's really no trail. You just got to follow these little rocks. And it's getting hotter. We're kind of hoping to be done by noon, but we got a late start. So we're definitely out in the heat of the day. Stop. This time we lost the trail. I'm sure we're going the right direction, but we couldn't seem to follow where they wanted us to go. But as best I can figure, we just have to make our way over to here. And I'm hoping we can see it after going through this spot. Well, once again, I was all wrong. We weren't even close. We went a little bit to our left and found exactly what we're looking for. Although you can hardly see it from here. But this is Delicate Arch. We're looking directly at the side of it. I think we're going to go down this way, off to my left, and try to walk up to it. It's hard to believe how far off the trail we were. We came over this ridge, complete opposite side of where the arch is, or where we're supposed to come over the trail and see it. So we went way back around this rock, way back around this big ridge, and Melanie and Philip stopped just down a little ways down this trail in the shade. I came up around this corner. And this is supposed to be the first view you get of Delicate Arch. These are the LaSalle Mountains way off in the back. And just another view of the valleys below us. At a little different angle now. Here's Delicate Arch. Just a minute ago there were a dozen people up here. Now I'm all by myself. Let's go back and get Melanie in a minute. She's down the trail, which is right around this corner. From right underneath the arch, this is the valley below us. A couple wrong steps and you'd slide right off this stuff. One side of the arch and its narrowest point. Okay, we took a long break. Went back to see Melanie and Philip. Now I'm going to bring them to see Delicate Arch. And this is part of the trail we have to go up. Right up around the corner. A few more steps up. What do you think of that, Philip?
Is that pretty?
Tom and Philip are walking over to the arch. Philip insists on taking his hat off. You can see where they're headed now. By Delicate Arch. Tom and Philip underneath the Delicate Arch.
Now we're on the way down. We're just about the spot where we lost the trail on the way up. Somehow we went off up these rocks right here, the flat rocks. And we should have been able to follow the trail markers right here. And right here. Up this way, turn the corner right here. There's another. Looks easy now, doesn't it? And then on up this way, off to the left. Well, before I get lost again, we're going to keep heading down. Okay. Should be easy this time. There's a marker there, a couple over there, down to the right. There's 3 or 4 there, and then the trail gets easy to follow. Back to familiar ground now. Almost back. Okay, the hike's over. We started the car, got the air on, we're gonna start to cool off. Philip's drinking his juice. Drinking it too fast. And Melanie's gonna finish packing. And we're ready to go to the next stop. Now we stopped at the Fiery Furnace overlook, just to get a look at some of these sandstone fins, or big ridges of rock. They eventually wear away and become the arches. See parts of the road we came up on. This is the next viewpoint. Melanie and Philip have had enough sun, so they stayed in the car. So I'll just take some fast shots and show you what's here. And what we're really looking at is Landscape Arch. This arch doubled in size in the 1940s. I assume it's when a big piece fell out. I think what it did is fall out the left side of this hole. There's the car. The next trailhead here is a popular stop. here we can get some good pictures of the stone fins. We're not going to go as far on this hike. We're hoping it's all flat, easy trail, so we got up the stroller out. There they go. Here's a little more of the beginning of the trail. Philip's got a comfortable ride this time. Hi, Philip. It's nice here in the shade. We're going to Landscape Arch, about a mile from where we started. So we got to get Melanie off in the right direction. A little farther down the trail now. This is looking behind us. There's Melanie and Philip down the trail ahead of me. A little tough for the stroller, but beats carrying him. Looks like they're going to stop in the shade. Philip's falling asleep. Better catch up. Here we are at Landscape Arch. You can get a pretty good idea of how this was once a big long rock fin. Most of it's fallen out. It's awful narrow over on the right side. Looks like it could fall any time. I think this is all the farther we're going to go. Turn around, head back, and that might be it for here in Arches National Park. We're in Canyonlands National Park now, in the Island in the Sky district. The Island in the Sky is this big plateau that we're on, overlooking the rest of the park, looking pretty much south. Somewhere out there, the Colorado and the Green River come together. This is all from Grandview Point Lookout. Looking straight east now. Zoom in a little closer on some of the canyons down below. Not really sure where the Colorado River is down there. This is looking south now. The Maze district of the park is way off this way. Somewhere out here is the Needles district. Philip missed it all. This is another viewpoint on the east side of the plateau, overlooking the Colorado River. This is looking directly north. And we're turning towards the east. See a long way. And back across and see if I can find the Colorado River. I think there's one spot where you can see it down here. See a little green anyway. I left Melanie in the car with Philip for this one. It was kind of a strenuous 500 foot walk, so I'm sure she's glad she stayed. Trail was well marked though, easy to follow. This big crater in front of me is where Upheaval Dome is. Upheaval Dome is the white rocks you see down below. actually an older layer of rock which is pushed up from underneath, and so appears higher than some of the newer rocks which usually sit above it. There's another shot north, turning towards the east. People coming up the trail. Here's Melanie and Philip parked in the shade. That's a good move. As usual, I have to correct myself. The walk was 500 yards, not 500 feet. And this is kind of a shot of the plateau that we're on. Over to Whale Rock. I think it looks more like a whale from the other side. I'm assuming our elevation's about 6,000 feet. That's what it was at Grandview Point Lookout. When we were in Arches, probably up a Delicate Arch, we were around 5,000 feet. One last stop in Canyonlands before we go. Just another shot of the top of the plateau. Looks so much different from the edges where the rocks drop off, oh, probably 2,000 feet down to the riverbeds. Saw some lightning off in the distance just a second ago. Does look like it's raining over there. Decided to make one more stop. This is at a place called the Neck, where the valleys on both sides of the plateau are real close together. Our elevation's about 5,800 feet here. This is looking east. See the deep canyons right there. The road right in front of us. And the drop off right on the other side of the road. And as we look out into the sun, towards the west, the other side. Looking to the east again. We never got a clear view of the mountains all day. Hi, Philip.
Tell Dad we're at Natural Bridges Monument, right? Look here, trees.
That's right. We've driven about 100 miles or a little more south of Moab to stop at Natural Bridges National Monument. I bet you missed the first bridge when we went by. So we'll go back to where we can see it. This is the largest of the 3 natural bridges, Sipapu Natural Bridge. The bridge is 220 feet high, with a span of 268 feet. No longer suffers any erosion from the stream bed. And natural bridges are formed by erosion of water running through the bottom of them. Whereas an arch, like we saw yesterday, is eroded mostly by wind. Philip, where are you? You in the seat?
Mommy.
Yeah, Mommy went to take pictures. Are you strapped in the seat, Philip?
I want seat.
Seat. Uh-oh, can't get out.
Okay. Seat.
Seat.
Get ready.
Here's another view of White Canyon. As the stream goes down and cuts through another bridge. This is Canyonlands Bridge. It's 210 feet high and 204 feet across. And you can see where the stream used to go around it. But then eventually worked its way right through this wall. Floodwaters still eat away at the sides of it. So it's the youngest of the 3 bridges.
Here, rocks?
Rocks.
Are you waving at me, Philip?
Waving at Mom?
Hi.
Wave at Mom. Oh, leave that hat on. Trees! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tom and Philip are looking at the Owakamo Bridge.
Those are rocks. Those are rocks.
This bridge is 106 feet high and 180 feet for the span.
Rocks. Relax. Yeah, don't play with those. It's dirty, dirty, dirty. More Cheerios.
And here are the guys again.
Philip's playing in the dirt. I've decided to hike down to the trail that leads to the bottom here, underneath this bridge. We're going to leave Melanie and Philip behind. They've had enough sun and enough hiking yesterday. Here's the way down. Now I'm getting a little closer to the bottom. So we've got a little better look at the bridge. Trail sure was easy coming downhill. This is the riverbed at the bottom of Armstrong Canyon. Pretty dry. Even though last night they had heavy rains. Right underneath the bridge now. More of the stream bed. This would be a waterfall if water was running. One last look before I climb up, and we've got a long ride ahead of us to Capitol Reef. We're stopping for just a minute to view the landscape along the highway. We're between Natural Bridges National Monument and Lake Powell. This is the direction we're heading. We're 10 or 11 miles farther ahead now, and we're now in the Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, which surrounds Lake Powell. Lake Powell is on the Colorado River. And looking back behind us, we've just crossed Lake Powell on this bridge. Hear a boat down on the lake. There it is, 2 boats. standing on the bridge now. I wanted to get a shot upstream at the steep canyon walls. Looking back downstream, I've almost lost the two boats that came by. A little farther ahead now, we stopped at Height Overlook. There's Height Marina. Now I'll pan back and give you an idea of how big everything is. These cliffs right below me are just huge. Lake Powell is still filling up behind Glen Canyon Dam. And in 1984, the water level here was 154 feet deep. Here's the bridge we crossed a few moments ago. It's the Colorado River coming through there. Up this way is the Dirty Devil River. Look down at the cliffs below me, and I know you can't tell on the camera, but it's a long way down to the water. Well, we've just crossed miles of western landscape with mountains and mesas off in the distance, and then followed the Fremont River through Fremont Canyon to Capitol Reef National Park. This is Capitol Dome, part of the reef or line of cliffs or mountains that give the park its name. Let's take another look at that in focus this time. This should look quite a bit better. Now we're going to go this way and take the scenic drive. From the scenic drive, looking pretty much north first, we see the west face of the Capitol Reef. It's actually called the Water Pocket Fold. It's a long line of cliffs that there are places where there's pockets or impressions that hold rainwater. This whole line of cliffs is about 100 miles long. Now we're going to go down this way farther and see what else there is to see. Another view from farther down the road, facing north first. We're now down at the end of the scenic drive, and we're going to go back into Capitol Gorge, which is a big gorge. It goes back into the cliffs, and we're looking down that right now. Say flash floods when it rains can be real dangerous here, but I don't think we need to worry about flash floods. Not a cloud in the sky. More shots of the cliffs. This is where the road ends in Capitol Gorge. We're not going to take the footpath that goes farther down. We're going to turn around and go back out, and as we go back out, I'm going to stop several times and see if we can give anybody that watches this an idea of what the road was like. Evidently, this was the only highway through Capitol Reef until 1962. When the highway that we came in on along the Fremont River was built. This is right around that first corner. See how rough the road is? Here's the road. There we are, parked on the side of it. We go around this corner. Back along here. A little more looking behind us. Along the road. See how high the cliffs are. Just around the curve again. More of the cliffs and rocks hanging over the road. And looking off at the Golden Throne. Top of which is at 6,200 feet. Again, looking behind us to keep the sun at my back. This is a little bit wider through here, with the dry stream bed to the right of the road as we're looking at it here. There's the car. I think as we go up this way it gets a lot narrower. Before it gets narrow, I had to show you this part of the road. Not a road, but nothing but bumpy rocks. As you can see through here, the road and the dry stream bed are the same thing. Here the stream bed goes off to the right and the road comes out of it. Here's some of the more narrow parts. Widens up a little behind me. I ran ahead a little ways. Melanie's back here. She'll come to get me in just a second. Meanwhile, I'm going to run farther ahead. Maybe I won't. I think she's coming right now. I can hear her coming. There it is. I think I'll flag her on ahead. And I'll catch up in just a minute. Now I'm just right around the corner, and she pulled over right away to wait. Testing the lighting here to see what this looks like. One last shot back into the canyon. Here it widens up a little bit. Still high cliffs though. And back out to our scenic drive. We'll head back north towards the visitor center. Up the road a ways now, we're going to go into Grand Wash, which is another canyon similar to where we just were. It goes off this way. But at the beginning of this is the Euler uranium mines, opened in 1904. fenced in now so that you can't go in them. Just one stop in Grand Wash while Melanie gets a few pictures. I'll see if I can zoom in on Cassidy Arch. Right up there at the top of the cliff. That's as close as I can zoom in. And it was named for Butch Cassidy, who evidently hid out in this canyon once in a while. Down to the road. Looking for Melanie. She's out there somewhere. Ah, there she is, right in the middle of the screen. Getting some shots with the 35mm. I think we'll drive down there and pick her up. Drove a little farther west now. We're going to take a short hike and see what it looks like from there. It's clouding up now, so I hope we can get some good shots before the clouds roll all the way over us. I'm not all the way up the trail yet. I left Melanie and Philip behind me a little bit. I'm just about up at the point now, looking back behind me. There in the center of the screen is Melanie and Philip. Looks like they're moving slow, but they're coming. Behind a tree. Sun's back out on us again. Here's my shadow on the cliffside. Hi, Philip.
Walk on the trail, Dad.
We're now on the highway between Boulder and Escalante. These are the Escalante Canyons. And we stopped here because our highway runs on top of this narrow but high ridge. And so on both sides of us are steep drop-offs. We're at Bryce Canyon now, and we stopped for a snack at Rainbow Point. Hi, Phipps.
Zeigen.
Ich glaube, das war böse Fakt.
Ist der gerade hier zusammengebrochen?
All of this has been from Rainbow Point at the southern tip of Bryce Canyon, at about 9,100 feet in elevation. This is Bryce Point now, about 8,300 feet in elevation. This will be our second and probably last stop in Bryce Canyon. Mostly because this storm's moving in. No, I missed it.
Dann mache ich das auch nochmal in einem weiteren Film.
I decided for one more stop. I'm at lower inspiration point, looking at upper inspiration point. Across the Bryce Canyon amphitheater is Bryce Point, where we were just at, right around here somewhere. Again, look down from another angle. Some of the foot trails. We stopped along the highway 10 or 15 miles from Cedar Breaks National Monument, driving up through the mountains. And yes, this is snow on the ground. It's been raining for a while, but as we've been climbing, it started to snow, and there's snow on the ground, and there's this mist in the trees. Fading away awful fast. We've now driven to Cedar Breaks National Monument, and I think this storm is past us. We're up around 10,000 feet. These red flowers are called Indian paintbrush. The sun was out just a second ago. When it goes under, it gets kind of cool. We've driven up to North View, which is the northernmost and the highest lookout over Cedar Breaks. The look is quite a bit like Bryce Canyon, just not as big.